India's international image was significantly enhanced when the Pokhran second nuclear tests were successfully conducted in 1998 under the leadership of Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Kindly see more.
India's international image was significantly enhanced when the Pokhran 2 nuclear tests were successfully conducted in 1998 under the leadership of Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee. These tests marked India's emergence as a nuclear power, earning it global recognition and respect. However, this moment of pride was short lived. In 1999, just a year later, Pakistani soldiers infiltrated Indian territory and occupied strategic heights in the Kargil region of Jammu and Kashmir. They entrenched themselves on these peaks for several days, effectively seizing control of Indian territory. Shockingly, the Indian government was unaware of this incursion until a local shepherd alerted the authorities. This incident exposed significant flaws in India's intelligence apparatus, highlighting a paradox. On one hand, India boasted of its ability to develop nuclear weapons, a feat requiring immense technological and scientific prowess. On the other, its security and intelligence systems were so weak that foreign aggressors could infiltrate its borders undetected, with critical information coming from ordinary villagers. This was a glaring indictment of the system's vulnerabilities. Moreover, the question arises, did India's nuclear capability intimidate Pakistan? If not, what was the true state of India's global prestige following the Pokhran tests? The Kargil War saw months of intense fighting as India struggled to dislodge the Pakistani intruders. Unlike Operation Blue Star in 1984, where the Indian Army used heavy artillery, including tanks, to flush out militants from the Golden Temple, a decision that had severe repercussions, the Kargil conflict posed a different challenge. The Pakistani forces were not a ragtag group of militants but a well organized, trained military occupying fortified high altitude positions. India's artillery, while effective to an extent, struggled to achieve the decisive impact seen in other operations. In a bid to gain strategic advantage, India sought assistance from the United States for GPS based location data to enhance its military operations. However, the US refused to provide this support, exposing another critical gap. India could develop nuclear weapons but lacked its own GPS system for precise military navigation. During this period, Israel stepped in to provide crucial technological assistance, aiding India in its efforts. The Kargil War resulted in significant losses, with many Indian soldiers sacrificing their lives. The prolonged conflict and these sacrifices raised serious questions about the leadership of Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Where was India's much touted international prestige during this crisis? The United States, under President Bill Clinton, intervened diplomatically, summoning Pakistan's then Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif to Washington. Vajpayee was also invited to participate in these talks, but he declined to attend, possibly to assert India's sovereignty in handling the conflict. Eventually, a unilateral ceasefire was declared, and Pakistani forces withdrew from the occupied positions. India claims victory in the Kargil War, but this claim is contentious. Unlike the 1965 war, where Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri led Indian forces to cross into Pakistani territory, or the 1971 war, where India's decisive victory led to the creation of Bangladesh, the Kargil war saw no such territorial gains into Pakistan. Indian troops successfully reclaimed their own territory but did not cross the line of control, locked into Pakistani territory. Thus, the prestige gained from the Pokhran 2 tests was arguably undermined by the challenges and limited outcomes of the Kargil conflict. The setbacks continued. In December 2001, terrorists attacked the Indian parliament, a brazen assault on the nation's democratic heart. Had the Indian government taken decisive action, what might have been the outcome? Could India have waged a full scale war in response? The Govi's response was perceived as inadequate. Similarly, in 2002, the Gujarat riots, triggered by the Godhra train burning, spiraled into widespread communal violence. Far from containing the riots, the state government, led by then Chief Minister Narendra Modi, faced allegations of complicity or inaction. It was during this period that Vajpayee famously advised Modi to follow Rajdharma, the duty of righteous governance. Did Modi adhere to this principle? The text suggests that the seeds of injustice sown in Gujarat spread across India, fostering a climate of division. Even after the Pahalgam terrorist attack in April 2025, another terrorist incident in Jammu and Kashmir, India refrained from military retaliation. Within 2 days, the Indian leadership opted for a diplomatic resolution with Pakistan, possibly under US pressure or due to other strategic considerations. This approach created a perception of weakness, as if India had orchestrated a facade of strength while avoiding direct confrontation. The wounds inflicted by Pakistan through incidents like Pahalgam and the parliament attack remain deep and indelible in India's collective memory. Yet, leaders of the Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP, proclaim with pride that India's global prestige is unmatched. They may shout this from the ramparts of the Red Fort or the top of the Qutub Minar, but the truth is widely known: India's international standing was not built overnight. It was forged through the sacrifices of luminaries like Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, Subhas Chandra Bose, Bhagat Singh, and Chandrasekhar Azad. If one traces the roots of this prestige, it began with the First War of Independence in 1858, which shook the foundations of British rule. The revolt forced the British to dissolve the East India Company's control over India, transferring governance to the British Crown, with the appointment of viceroys. The Government of India Act 1935 introduced provincial autonomy, laying the groundwork for democratic governance. These milestones, coupled with the relentless struggle of India's freedom fighters, culminated in India's independence in 1947.
Thank you.